or any type of accountability, and she said, how are you going to believe your wife over these tests?
Bitch, yes! What the fuck? Welcome to another episode of Short Burst. I'm the Qeed. Yo, bro, what you got for us today?
Man, I got sweet one.
Sweet one, good one, with pepper for mouth.
Yeah.
All right, bro, let's go.
A few years ago, my oldest daughter had to take a DNA test for school just to figure out ancestry. During the DNA test, she came to me very, very sad because apparently me and her were not related. I was like, huh? When she told me this, I had to keep a straight face because the immediate shock was just wild. Then I decided to go with her to get a paternity test done. When we got the paternity test done, it was also concluded that I was not her father. At this point, I was shocked. I've had 4 kids with my wife, and she was the oldest, and I needed to see how far this rabbit hole went. I told her to not let her mother know that we know this information, and then I went to my next oldest child. Not mine. I went to the one below that. Not mine. And then I decided to stop there because the youngest child is so young that this may directly affect them, and they don't really understand what's going on anyway. So I didn't even want to go into that rabbit hole, but when I got the information, I immediately was like, let me go talk to my wife about this. So, like always, she didn't take responsibility or any type of accountability, and she said, how are you going to believe your wife over these tests? I was like, are you serious? Are you like, for real, for real? Like, is this really where you're going to go with this? Then she starts crying profusely and saying it was only one time, I didn't mean to do it. And I was like, it was only one time? Hey. And then I showed her that each one of the children aren't mine, with the exception of the youngest, as so I think. That's when it dawned on me that it was one time, multiple times, and then when we looked, each one of the children's had different baby fathers, and somehow that made it even worse, because it wasn't just one person you was cheating on me with. This is a habitual thing with multiple different people that you probably don't know about, and I'm taking care of their kids. They're my kids. They're my kids. I've raised each and every one of them from a super young age, and they stood by me through this whole situation. But to think that she's not who she said she was, because up into that situation, I thought we had a great marriage. I thought we had a great life. I thought everything was going good. I thought that we were building together and already have built together. She is a stay-at-home mom that works on things that she wants to do. She takes care of the kids. She cooks. She cleans. She does everything that's needed inside of the relationship with me. Yet she didn't tell me that she wanted to go outside of the marriage. She didn't tell me that she wanted to do anything. Anyway, after finding out the information and getting her side of the story, I let her know I would need a couple of space. So I had rented a hotel for a couple of days, and I stayed in it. I stayed away, and it was all right. It was good, but I really missed my kids, and I wanted to see them. So after a couple of days, I was back inside of the house, but I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't say anything to my wife. I didn't speak to her. She would try to talk to me and I would look away. I would take care of the kids. I would grab the kids, take them to the mall, do different things with them. And everything was just, I was just trying to figure things out. I was just trying to see how I could make our relationship work, or see if I need to separate and just take the kids myself. Like, I didn't know what to do, if I had any like legal rights to these individuals. Yeah, my name's on the birth certificate, but I'm not biologically theirs. I just wanted to figure things out, but I didn't even get that chance, because 6 days ago she decided, other than taking any type of responsibility, to have a hangout session with the chandelier. And I'm so happy I have my kids, because I just don't know what I would like. It's just baffling to me. Because the whole time, even with evidence, she just kept denying and denying and denying and denying. And I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know if I was never supposed to know in the first place. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want to not have my kids not to have their mother.
Bruh, that lady killed herself. What the fuck?
Is that the minute?
Yep. She had an hangout section with the chandelier, so she hung herself. Oh, wow. That took a different turn than I was expecting. Fuck it. So I start by saying, may her soul rest in peace. What do you think about the whole situation? Would you forgive her if that was your wife and that's how you found out those are not your kids? Your daughter comes home and say, "Oh, daddy, I found out that we are not related."
I mean, 4.
4 kids, bro. 4 kids.
That's shocking, heartbreaking. Wow. Man, that woman is evil.
Yeah, like,
I mean, 4.
4 kids.
Different man.
I don't want to say 4 because he actually did the DNA test for 3 of the kids.
Yeah.
So
the last one going to be the same.
I'm not sure.
I mean, that's what the guy feels like. There's no need of.
Yeah, I mean that's what he insinuates though. So he's making it feel like, you know what, they are not mine.
Yeah.
So
After.
she's a stay-home mom.
Yeah.
She cook.
Uh-huh.
She cleans. But then she has another man busting a bodega.
Yeah. So whenever.
A pum pum is being serviced by another man.
Whenever he goes to work.
She goes to work.
Yeah. You invite them in.
So when he's bringing the paycheck, she's also bringing the
Yeah.
coochie check.
Everything, all the excitement is out there. And the man is just going out to hustle, boss. Hey, babe, I'm home.
This is.
Yeah, so, I mean.
This is.
That one
so you see.
It's just evil, man.
No, I don't know, man.
I think all this paternity tests nowadays, people need to start getting.
Yeah, I think paternity tests should be made mandatory.
Like this coming out.
It should be made mandatory. It's like doing when you have a child, they do all these tests for the child, hearing and all that. Paternity test should be included as such.
Maybe that's what
it should be included, or for the most part, guys should start giving the hospital the go ahead to do a paternity test on the child because this is becoming a thing.
Especially women like.
Yeah, because but
women don't care.
Bro, look, the truth is this is what they say, right? This is what they say. It is mommy's baby, daddy's maybe. Yes, because a woman knows the baby in her belly is for her.
Yeah. So
she knows the mother of that child. It is the father who is always in the dark.
Yeah.
Who is not sure if that child is for him
but the mother knows the father.
But the father, for the most part, women knows who the father is.
Yeah.
Even their friends knows. Most of these girls, their friend knows. Somebody in their family knows. But everybody will play along. Only the men are the odd one out. Only men are the one that gets to find out shit like this after years of training another man's kid.
Why did you kill herself though?
It's the shame.
I just face the consequence. This guy looked like you can probably forgive her.
No, he wants to because he went. Like he said, he went to an hotel. He stayed for a couple of days. Then he came back home. Trying to see if they can work out things. Yeah. But in the meantime, he was neglecting her. Yeah. So maybe she couldn't stand the rejection, and then she just felt fuck it. But that's selfish.
Yeah.
That shows how selfish she was. Because what led to that situation was her selfishness. And the way she exit was also selfish. Because now that she's gone, she's abandoned those kids to the fate of who? This guy is not their father. So if he decides to be an asshole, where does those kids go to?
They won't. They're definitely just going to raise them as is.
No, that's not. No. It sounds like an honorable guy. I'll call him an honorable guy in this situation because I don't support any man raising another man's child that is not his. I don't, except when you willingly adopt that child. Yeah. But if it's in situations like this, it's always better to go through the whole situation, figure out who the child or the parent of that child is, and then you and that parent and your wife cannot decide how you want to move forward. But for you to just raise another man's child, not knowing who their real father is, that's what I'm saying. That's what I say. It's so selfish of her. He's not gonna do that. That's what
I mean, it's possible too, but what about those fathers that don't even want those things?
That's one thing. Or they don't even know.
They don't know.
They don't even know that they have some kid somewhere. Maybe it's just one night stand. The annoying part of it is she had kids in a marriage with 4 different men.
That's called
none of that.
Ostro.
Ostro. No, that's Ostrola. She's gone past the Ostro. She's a stroller.
4.
Damn, bro. Like
there's no way.
She's cold. Bro, she's cold, bro. Like she's cold. Yeah. And this is the kind of guy that will go out and talk to people. I'm like, I got one of those women. She cook, she clean, she's a stay-old mom.
Very proud to say
that.
Like, fuck it. beautiful kid. My wife is this, like that.
Bro, you see how
family.
you know
Talk
the
about his family outside.
yeah, the era that we are in now, where men wants to have a wife that cooks and cleans is the thing.
Yeah.
Oh my, you see, he's one of those guys that will come with his chest all out, like, you know what, man, I can't deal with any of all these women. My wife cooks and clean. I come home, everything is all set, my food is ready, and everything is dandy. We good. Not knowing someone else is busting the wife's boom boom like ain't nothing, beating that drum like bam.
Damn, she just busted. She don't even care. They just
Bruh, she does.
They're just busting into her.
Yeah.
Bossy baby.
Golly. Oh man.
I never want to set my eyes on that type of woman again. There's no explanation. No even. Let's talk about what? We ain't talking about.
Nah, there's nothing to talk about.
I don't know.
Not once, not twice.
Just continue your old slow work.
You know, it's annoying that she had to deal with different men. Four different men.
2, 3, 4.
Which means she's just servicing anyone that is willing to service her.
Yeah, she's been like that.
Anyone that wants to beat that drum, take the stick, bro. Beat this conga.
But it's funny too. I mean, the guy. I mean, there should be some kind of. She should have some kind of hint.
How?
Throughout their relationship, whatever. But there's no way she's gonna stay with 4 men with a baby, and you don't even. I mean, maybe sometimes.
Bro, how will he know? See, from what we just saw, this guy will probably go to work and come home. That means the wife has a window of how she operates. Like, okay, this guy goes to work like 9 to 5. Most guys work.
So she's so perfect, like
exactly. That's what she probably be doing.
I mean, there will be one thing one day, like like if they say.
I think he trusts her. He trusts her enough that one day for the owner. But he ended up finding out. But it's just the way he found out.
In
a very dramatic way.
A very when maybe the first baby, second baby, or maybe test message.
No, bro, I don't know, bro. Most people get lucky. Most people do get lucky.
Some men, I don't know how they operate because I mean, there's no way I'm gonna have a cheating woman at home for maybe 6 years.
I think it'll be more than 6 years. It'll be more than 6 years because he said the first daughter actually had a project to do at school, a DNA test, ancestral whatever. Ancestral whatever. So she'd probably be like 11, 12, 15, 16, that kind of age.
And the dude don't even. There's no sign. Sign language.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Bro. Guys like this, they trust. He's one of those people. Each other, no, bro. He's one of those people.
You can't be blind. You can't be blind.
No, you can't be blind. Years. I know.
There will be one. I'm pretty sure
there'll be signs. There'll be signs.
Just didn't really, like pay attention.
Negligence is also part of it. He's one of those. Maybe he's one of those people that don't pay attention.
10 years with all the kids, and 2 other 10 years, this dude did not even. There's no smell. No
bro,
smell.
Maybe she's
no smell of.
Bro, that girl. Maybe she's the girl. The wife must be the perfect spot.
I'm pretty sure there will be a time that probably one of those guys will call her. Maybe when the guy was the same, they're all in the house. I mean, she can take the phone to somewhere and go.
But it's not all the time.
You're gonna start noticing something like, man, she used to, she always be with her phone all the time. Like, just start smelling something. Although you have done, there's no.
I don't think she gave her, bro. I don't think she gave her any reason to doubt her.
For all those years,
nobody
can be perfect like that. That man is
no. Bro, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, bro. Like, I get what you're saying, but I'm thinking from this story that we heard, she didn't give him any reason to doubt her, so he didn't see any need to start scooping around. No. It's not a situation of where he never said at one time I suspected something, but I overlook it. No,
bro, that's one thing about paying attention. There's nobody saying suspect, but when you pay attention in this life, when you pay attention, just pay attention. You don't need to suspect nobody. Just pay attention to whatever like your kid. I mean, come on, man. Bro,
it's a sad one. Though.
4.
It's a very disturbing.
Throughout those years, there's no strange name on the phone. Just like that mistake. Something will happen. Something just.
But it's a growing trend where people do DNA and realize majority of the children are not for the men. A lot of research proves that out of 10 men, probably only 4 is for the father, 6 is not. It's becoming a thing, and I think, to be honest, in situations like this, we are creating we are creating a generation of kids that will grow up with mental problem, knowing that their mother was a cheat, knowing their father at some point just switched and never cared about them, and so we are going to create a generation of children that will have mental problem, that will have self-confidence issue, because now they don't know if their father really wants them. They don't know who their father is. Some of them probably will never know who their parents are. Some of them, their parents will never want them because they were a situation of a one-night stand. And all these BS just going around because everybody's so entitled and selfish. Like he said, the woman refused to even take accountability for a mistake. She's still telling him, oh, you want to believe this test above your wife. Bitch, yes! What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did you know you're pregnant? How did you know the gender of that child? The scan shows you. So you could believe that science, but this science you don't want to believe. No. Come on, bro. Like, it's sickening, it's disturbing, and I think DNA thing has to be mandatory.
Someone said on the comment section that paternity test is evil.
It's evil. Can you imagine?
I think they should
how can you say paternity test is evil?
Because she's a hostile too.
Yeah, see, for the most part, it is women that are very against this thing because a lot of them know what they do. They know what they do behind their husband. See, I've heard an argument where a lady said, oh, after all, men also bring kids into a relationship. I'm like, but that child, you willingly accept to take care of that child. Right. You know from the get-go that this child is not yours. You are not forced to take care of that child.
Yeah.
The man did not force you. He had a child out of wedlock or while you guys were together, however it is, but he told you about it, like, hey, I have a child, or I did this is the result, and you said okay. Why don't you do a DNA test or paternity test from when the child is born to give the guy also the opportunity and the chance to say, okay, I know this child is not mine, but I'm still gonna be responsible for that child. Why lie about it? Make the guy believe this is his child, only for the plug to be pulled on him unexpectedly. It is the deceit that makes men go crazy, not so much as the child. Like he said, they are my child, I love them. But it is this deceit. Like, I trust you, and this is how you repay that trust. That is what gets people all fucked up in the head.
I'm sure.
So
it's gonna be fucked up forever.
Yeah. This is gonna be one situation that wouldn't give this guy that kind of confidence in women for a very long time.
It's not funny at all.
For a very long time.
That's a serious issue.
I hope to never experience shit like this in my life because I don't know how I would handle it.
Bro.
But one, I know for sure that relationship would be over. No, nothing said can breach that gap anymore. Because the honesty will be broken, the trust will be gone. So what else would we be doing? That's what I'm saying. What else would we be doing when I cannot trust you, when I don't think I can go to sleep knowing you got my back, or if I go to work, I'm not sure where you are. My mind will be fucked up. I'm not going to put myself through that. So that relationship will definitely be done. Dead and buried.
As you keep saying you're going to be just...
Exactly. So, but hey, to each their own. I feel paternity tests should be mandatory, and women should be bold enough to accept it. Because why? If you know you're not doing anything irresponsible, anything that will cause you pains and ache in your marriage, you shouldn't object to paternity test. It should be something you should be calling for to prove your innocence and your love for your partner and for them to feel comfortable. Blinded by love is when you say, oh, you should just trust me. That's what he did. He was blinded by love. He trusted her, and look at the results. 4 kids.
He was blindfolded.
4 kids with 4 different men that he has to now be responsible for the rest of his life. That's something to think about. But hey, for anyone that thinks paternity test should be considered as something that should be part of when you just delivered, go down into the comment section. Let me know. I think they should make it mandatory. Paternity test should be made mandatory. It should just be done once a child is born. They should just go ahead and do it before the father sign those dotted line of the birth certificate. that should be part of the condition.
Yeah.
And if you feel like this other person in the comment section said that paternity test is evil, go into the comment section, convince me that this is evil, and I'll switch side with you. Convince me that paternity test is evil, that what just happened to this guy is something you will be willing to accept in your own life. Go there, let me know. And on that note, we say thank you for joining us today on Short Bus. Until we see you again, peace.